talk about absolute basic bluegrass rhythm guitar, starting at the very bottom and understanding that at the very base it is nothing but rhythm with very few notes put in on top of it. If you want to be valuable in the bluegrass jam, pick up one of these things and play rhythm. There are very few people that play good rhythm guitar. Most people want to show off and play leads and stuff. My favorite trick question is, what instrument will you never see a bluegrass band without? Give. This is it right here. You'll see them without fiddles, you'll see them without mandolins, you'll see them without banjos, but you'll never see a bluegrass band without a guitar. Very often they have two. Anyway, I'm glad you're back. This is the first in my series of guitar videos. We'll look at some basic songs too as we progress, but I want to get just the very rock bottom basement level bluegrass guitar in. So thanks for coming back. I'm Jim Penson, and I'll see you in just a bit with some right hand, left hand. The basic bluegrass strum, we're looking at the right hand now, is all downstrokes. It's a boom chick sound so that you get a bass note on the upbeat and then a brush chick on the downbeat or the backbeat. Notice my pick angle. This is fairly important. Little things like this are important. Don't hold the pick rigid in your hand. It should be so soft and supple that you can move it back and forth with your other finger. If you hold it firm, you have to have a really flexible pick, and then you'll get a picky sound. Most bluegrassers use a very, very rigid pick. That's why tortoiseshell is so popular. But this is a Fender heavy, and it works just fine. Hold it loose, and on these brush strokes, these down strokes, look at the angle. The angle of attack is about 40 degrees, 35 to 40 degrees. Hope you can see that. Too steep and you get this sound. You don't want that. You want this. I hold it between these two fingers. Sometimes I'll anchor it with this finger back here to make sure that I really get a grip on it. But I'm gripping the bass very firmly, and the pick itself is free to move. That's important as we get further into stuff and we start doing upstrokes, like flat pick upstrokes. That pick has to be loose enough such that it'll go in both directions. When you're thinking of this, one of the best quotes that I've heard to describe the right hand in acoustic guitar like this with a pick, flat pick, is think of it as a paintbrush. You don't hold a paintbrush like this and push down on it. You draw it across like this. Okay? So there's your bass beat. Brush on the top, I don't know, 3-4 strings. It changes from chord to chord. It's a G. Move to a C. I'm using the 5th string, the A string, because the bottom E string is not a member of a C chord. D. I'm alternating between the E and the D string. I'm sorry, A and D string. And just brushing the top 3 strings. So that's the basics of how the right hand works. The next thing to think about as we think about the elements of bluegrass rhythm guitar is a walking bass note. There are really 3 things to think about. There's the boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick. That's the bedrock rhythm of the bluegrass band. There's the bass note, which one to choose. And then the third that you would add on top of that to add just a little flavor in your play is a walking bass note. And I'm going to go from chord to chord here, from a G to C probably. Up to D. Back to G. Up to C. Out to D. Back to G. Okay, I'm going to go through the same left hand. I'm going to try to do the same chord progression I did before so that you can see the left hand of this walking bass note business. That's it for our basic bluegrass rhythm. Come back next time, we'll do Old Home Place, I think.